G'day. I'm Robbie and today I'll be showing you through this bloody beautiful Australian outback, showing you how to survive and cooking up a bloody tasty treat. Let's go.
And I'm Martha Magnificent, and I'll be guiding you through the history and natural wonders of this land, Mount Kaputar.
G'day and welcome back to another episode of Outback Guides.
This episode, we will be exploring Mount Kaputar and staying in the cabins at the Dawson Springs campground in the National Park.
A 50-kilometre drive from Narrabri town and on the Gamilaroi land, these mountains boast many fun hiking tracks and majestical views. The adventure has just begun, but before we go off gallivanting around the mountain, it's fun to start off exploring the area immediately around us.
Crikey, look at that! Here we have the many tracks available in this mountain. Dawson Springs Nature Trail, Mountain Kaputar Summit Walk, Eckford Walk and Lookout, Lindsay Rock Tops Walk, Bandabula Cricket Walking Track, the Governor Lookout and Summit, Rackets, Kurunborowa Walking Track, Kaputar Plateau Walk, Eglow Rock Walking Track, Mount Coight Walking Track, Yawanandita Walking Track, Scott's Hut Karawanga Falls Walks, Sawn Rocks, Melbulla Walking Track, Wow George. Anyway, this place has a lot of historical and significant impacts on the Australian society we see today. Now let's take a look at them. Now, as you can see here, the termite invasion had happened in 1969. The ruins are still prevalent to this day and many tourists come to see it. Now, if you zoom out closely, you'll see the rigid edges of the nibblings of the termites. Now, the destruction that this did to all the homes and nature was catastrophic. But you can't tell now because it has regrown. The termites are now dead, but because we cooked them for dinner as a well-deserved punishment. But the impact left on people's lives will never be the same.
We're gonna need sticks for our marshmallows.
Oh, that stick he's holding right now belongs to the Aboriginal ancient land. Now, it may be hard.
Rabbit poo! So we just found our second most discovery. Look at this. Pure carrot poo. Kangaroo poo. Oh, see that? You lose taste buds as you get older, and I think that's been used to my advantage, because a lot of things when I was a kid was nasty, hey, but they're delicious now. And I decided to cook them up in a storm. And I was like, this recipe needs to be shared. So often it was just me experimenting, trialing. Put it with some mushrooms and a few berries. It's gorgeous, bloody gorgeous. I do love a feast, especially when that feast turns out to be something you didn't expect. Look at this, you just pick them up. But it just comes from experience and many lost taste buds. These aren't the best quality I've seen. So usually you just stick them on a skewer. You get a stick like this and just stick them on. Beautiful. Lovely little treat for the fam. Great for the kids. It boosts your immune system. Highly recommend.
Well, Rob, come here.
What now?
Why does he have to take so long? Would you name this gorgeous plant for us?
Oh, Teresa. Teresa Green.
Yes, indeed. Now, you use this one in your cooking, don't you?
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Of
yep.
course. Should we take him to stock up
The
for later?
spinach to your pasta, you may say.
Yes. Just in season, perfectly right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Bloody beautiful. Better get yourself some of these, mates.
Are we having
Beautiful.
bolognese?
Of course.
Bolognese? Your homemade bolognese?
Of course.
Believe it or not, this bench here is natural, not man-made. See, you know how I can tell? These screws, these two screws, zoom up, are different from each other. See, Rob,
That's real. It's real.
as a matter of fact, I'm ashamed to say that saliva does assist in the process of determining whether or not this bench originates from the land or it's just a phony built by man-mades in 1978. Like I told you, these screws are different. Remember that. Often you'll see around these benches a lot of stones. Now, what do you do with these stones? Forget them and watch this. Oh, mates! It's me old house!
Martha, I can see that Rob is pretty shaken up. What is the story behind this?
Well, I just met him today, but for the show, you know. But I'm assuming, I know for a fact that his home had burnt down in the matter of the Canadian bushfires. So here, take a look at this grass. This is proof it was green and thriving, but it's got gray hairs now as it witnessed the tragic fire of the university. Here, a mess of sticks. A moment of silence for Rob and her mother, his mother.
Sorry.
Oh, he did?
I was actually born outdoors. I grew up in the backyard, as you could say. You know, a lot of the time Mum told me I was too smelly to come in the house, so I was outside a lot, and that's just sort of engraved in me, along with the dirt. The dirt was really engraved into me. That's why I smell it so bad. It's part of my heart, part of my soul,
Come on, Rob.
and I reckon it's still
Your hat.
stuck in some of my creases. Survival. I did spend a lot of time in the backyard. You see, a lot of that was looking for food because I was starving and I wasn't allowed in the house. So I'd often go hunting for berries. It was a rough experience, especially a lot of them were sour. However, these berries, they'd come from the trees, and the trees, I got so familiar with them, you know.
Now look, if you see here,
There's quite a few logs. This is what we like to call trees. I don't know if you're from Thneedville.
Never seen a tree before.
Right here, you get it close up shot. Right here, you can tell how old the wood is.
I spent a lot of time with my pop. My pop was an outdoorsy man just like me. And he had a few wrinkles on his face. And he told me, people and trees are the same. The wrinklier, the older. So that's how I determine the age of the trees, the age of the wood.
Look, I don't know how old it is, but I know that it's probably been down for more than a day. Now look, see this rock? See how it's multicolored? That means it's from the ancestors. Sacred place. Oh, crikey, look at that. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Nah, you wouldn't believe it. Nah. You keep digging and you find more wood. Nah, that's crazy. Get closer. That's like straight for the fire. You want to collect these chips, we take them home. Put them in the fire pit. That's crazy, that's bloody crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh, same here. Oh, she's a doozy. Oh, that's spectacular. That is spectacular. I like to dig into the wood. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Now, let us move on from digging in the trees and notice the other rare and incredible discoveries in the Dawson Springs Campground, Kaputar, New South Wales 2390. This, as a matter of fact, has been... Uh-oh. Oh, golly goodness. Now this one is originally known as the snap snake. Now, you can see that is the name due to its sharp spikes. Now, it likes to habitat among piles of dirt, because it gains its nutrients from it. Now, as if you were to touch these spikes, you would be poisoned with
We're going on a bear hunt.
we're going on a bear hunt.
We're gonna catch a big one.
We're gonna catch a big one.
I'm not scared.
Oh, not scared.
Whoa!
Whoop-oh! Mud.
We can't go under it.
We can't go under it.
We can't go over it.
We can't go over it.
We'll have to go through it.
Not interfere with nature. Put down. Put down. As a matter of fact, this is something historically significant, as the natural superglue originated from this exact landmark. Now, here we have obsidian.
Obsidian what?
Obsidian.
Obsidian, New York! Concrete jungle, what dreams are made of.
Here we have obsidian and granite. You might say we would take it for granite. Yeah. Now this national park area is... Stop!
I want to touch it.
We are in Mount Kaputar right now. Why did you do that?
I was curious.
Why did we invite him?
I was curious, George.
Why did we invite him?
We're going.
Put it down. Now, I am one of the many few who have seen this brick wall. Not just a brick wall, a whole building. You may be wondering why it's so important. Now, come get a close-up. You see this? It's honeydew. It's where honey originates from. Now, it's just a theory and opinion that honey comes from bees, but you know what? That's false, as I am standing right next to the proof right here. This is where the first gold mine was. Proof! And unfortunately, they made this hole in here, so it's been man-amized. and that's why I put this sign here to reserve the national park.
In what year do you think this building originated?
1857, the year that my mom gave birth to me.
I think we've thoroughly explored our natural surroundings, which means it's time to hit the trails.
This is a truly fascinating place.
To start off our hiking adventures, I got up before the crack of dawn to take in the gorgeous sunrise at Lindsay Rock Tops. And fair dinkum was it spectacular. Fresh early morning, folks. Here we are today. Oh, let me address the elephant in the room first. My hat. See, it's back at the cabins, at our toasty little cabins. You see, Mother wasn't feeling too good. I think she had a little too much fun last night, but let's move on to our truly. Now, isn't it just magnificent? Isn't it crazy to think that I'm one of the only people that's ever been here on the planet Earth? Something different, hey? Truly blessed to see the true sights of Australia. 10 out of 10 spectacular views, 10 out of 10 hike. I 20 out of 20 recommend you try this experience for yourself. Though, I must say, it is bloody freezing up here. Time to warm up in our cabins, eat some freshly foraged breakfast, and have a cozy cuddle. Alright.
After a nice cold winter's walk out in the bush in the Outback, it's always so lovely to come to a 5-star hotel cabin in the woods. Come on in. Yeah. Welcome to the luxury life. First off, bags galore, table rounded. I actually hand rounded this one myself. Chairs hand rounded perfectly myself. Visitors, guests. Only the true classic Australians would know who this one is.
G'day, mate. How's it going?
Moving on. Oh no. Here you can have a little look-see outsies. See any predators coming in. Oh, here comes one now! Oh.
Hey, who are you? Why are you in our cabin?
Alrighty then. So, next time, moving on, we have our double bed. Nice and toasty for a nice cuddle in the night. Up here, we have the, here we have our warm pit. It's good for the toots. Firewood, just to keep her going. Keep her raging. Moving on. Oh, the fridge. Raging, roaring stove. Water. Because ain't nobody wants some yellow water. I can go produce some in this bathroom right here. We got toilet for the misses and the misters. And then we have the hygiene station. I don't really know. And then we have the shower for one. So no cuddling in there, am I right? And that's it. That's what we have. It's a toasty little abode, but I quite enjoy it. Anyways, out now.
That's my cabin.
Did you know this bread originated from the wheat?
Not now, Martha.
These delectably cozy and welcoming cabins are the perfect warm refuge from the winter cold. Surrounded by my favourite plants, trees, with huge windows to see the trees, a fireplace fueled by trees, and a kitchen to cook tea for all your mates, this is glamping at its finest. To book your own, call 321 Outback Guides or visit our website, or just visit the New South Wales National Parks website like our producer did.
These stairs as well as being very impractical, are very large, which is strict proof that giants once inhabited Mount Kaputar.
Giants have often been referenced in fiction and non-fiction over the years, but even Goliath's friends couldn't measure up to these guys. Australia was still known as Pangaea, and the giants were absolutely enormous compared to dinosaurs, which they kept as pets, like the Flintstones. They lived as a peaceful community in little houses of mud and stone, like the Flintstones, except for their noisy neighbor, the volcano. It kept erupting and carrying on, which the giants thought was really annoying. So they decided to put a plug in it and continued to live peacefully until they all died around the same time as their pet dinosaurs. No one knows why. The giants, however, were not the only creatures of myth to leave a lasting impact on Kaputar.
This plant right here, called the rainbow stripe, it holds significance to this national park. No one can touch it. You know why? Because it has magical powers that heal the land and actually rebirthed this forest before and after all the fires. Yeah, where is it? This plant right here is said to have come from when the unicorns feasted on the earth. Now, if you see this red stripe here, it comes from the corn of the unicorn horn. However, this is national property, so no one has actually ever touched it, so no one has assured that that is the case. It's quite a wonder. I signed up to a lot of universities to study at for my history, my passion for history, but when they emailed me back, it all started with, "Though we love that you were taking your chances to enroll in a university." And that's all I read. So I just took that as a sign that I'm too good for them and I have to go on my own and do what the universe has asked me to do.
All of the taste was super. Right, so I've never seen this plant before, but it seems pretty tasty, doesn't it? I reckon it'd be perfect herb for the classic Outback risotto. Let's give it a go. No, Robbie, no!
Oh well, maybe next time. But now we're going to explore the mountain. So put your hiking boots on and your thinking caps too. I didn't bring one of those.
You may be wondering why this giant hollow tree is here. Well, historical understanding suggests that this is where the gnomes immigrated after the giants. As a matter of fact, that's about the size of a giant's foot. Toes.
Plus it makes for a great shelter when you're out on a night track.
And after walking further, we find more structures left behind by ancient civilizations.
Standing right behind me is the ruins of a giant's porta potty. You can tell that they made it out of dirt and mud and toenails among these branched toothpick structures. Now, they would have reached all the way up, assuming their length, their height. I'm the many few to have witnessed such structures before it has eroded by the leprechauns. It all started when I was a little girl. My uncle Bob would often go to the store and buy me a little treat, and that taught me the importance of science and history in life. I personally believe in following your heart. Facts, that's an opinion-based idea, like it doesn't actually get you anywhere. Nature's natural. So all I do is believe in myself and trust my gut feeling, and that's how I got here today.
You saw it
This-
right here, folks. You saw
The
it right
myth
here.
has been confirmed. Bigfoot right in the title. This may be the last you see of us.
Suspicious.
But enough of that stuff. Let's get back to the hike and these spectacular views.
So here we have the extraordinary view of one of the mountains in Mount Kaputar. You know, I mean, it's pretty extraordinary. It's pretty majestical, as they say. It's a bit of a ripper if you were to fall down there, but that's okay. We'll stand on the ground for now. We got some good photos, got some good shots. I reckon it's time to move on. See you, mountain!
My name is Imogen Focus. I'm the producer, director, researcher, camera woman, music, sound person, all the things. When we started this production, I spent days and days doing so much research.
Did you sit on that?
I swore I wrote down notes and stuff and gave it to Robbie and Martha, but I don't know if they looked at them. I don't know. I don't know what they're saying half the time.
Why is the sky blue?
None of it makes sense to me.
Why is the sky blue?
I'm just here to get paid, so.
What you see right here is the ancient inscription of the giants. Quite wonderful, isn't it? Now, I have actually been taught this language for 3 years, so I can clearly read it. Good morning. I lost my slippers. Yeah.
Wow, Martha, I didn't know that before, but now I do.
It's called the truth, Robbie.
Oh, crikey. Anyway, we've had a great walk so far, so let's take a quick break.
My brain needs time to squeeze more thought through my mind tubes.
Struth. Outback Guides will be right back after the break.
Are you sick and tired of your favorite chopping board levitating and smacking you in the head violently?
Well, we have the solution for you.
Introducing the Gemma board, a human fit for human needs. Architecturally designed so you can chop, slice, and dice without levitation.
Thanks, Granny.
Thank you, Gemma boards.
Purchase your own at www.outbackguide/gemmaboard.com.au.
Cabin activity 1. Table ping pong. Ping pong's a great game, especially a little miniature set indoors. It's so much fun. And it's super easy too. Do it with your friends, do it with the kids. Do it by yourself, do it in the fridge. Or just do it with someone you really despise, so that you can aim really hard at them. Next time you don't know what to do, ping pong's the game for you.
Welcome back to Outback Guides. As you can see, we are still hiking.
But don't worry, we will continue to be stopping periodically to point out very important and significant landmarks in history whenever I smell them.
She's like a greyhound. Anyway, we've just stopped at Eckford Lookout and we're starting to make our way to the Horse Arm Creek Lookout.
Here, we are standing at the Horse Creek Lookout.
Horse Arm Creek Lookout.
Horse Arm Creek Lookout. Anyway, this is where the birth of the final unicorn became true. Now, if we take a look over here, the den which the unicorns used to live in.
This is a treasured place for the spices and mixes. Perfect for the risotto. Good on a bolognese as well. Or even on a ravioli. A nice fire-cooked ravioli.
With meatballs.
Yeah.
What a lovely little spot. I never knew that horses had arms. But this one was obviously great at building lookout decks. But anyway, I think it's time to move on and show you some more of the tucker I love to find out here.
Pure nature's honey. I am at one with nature. As I said, I was birthed outside. You know, the birds were there to witness me from the very start. And I always found a friend in them, you know, just something about their eyes, and they'd always never come after me, but they'd go after my friends. So I reckon there was just something about me. I reckon I was the chosen one of the birds. So I decided to learn their language as a little favour to them. I would say it doesn't always go well. I think, you know, sometimes I might translate something into, you know, a bit of a flip the bird, but I would say I'm pretty good at it now. You know, I've gotten better, and it all just comes naturally with the acting, and being at one with nature.
So Martha, I hope you enjoyed that little tidbit of my history.
Not from you, Robbie.
Oh, shucks. Now, as we continue down the nature trail, we start to come across some metal thingies.
Did you know that they were built by the aliens and giants, and my grandpa used to live there?
Well, that would explain a lot, Martha.
Nah, that can't be natural. Can't be natural. Martha!
I can't talk right now, Robbie, because I have just discovered a very interesting site that reveals more of the disturbing history of the telephone poles. About 2 BC, we stand before the place where the dinosaurs laid their eggs. The reason for their arrival was due to the gnomes immigrating into this planet Earth. Now, the dinosaurs were disturbed by this fact because they were planning to take this country. But now they are extinct because of the alien uprise, but their eggs remain here. Who knows when they'll hatch?
This right here is the last remains of the truculent trees. Sacred.
You mentioned the Lorax a lot. Is that your favorite movie?
Oh yes. See, I watched it once, but it was the only movie I've ever watched because I'm always outdoors. you know, and Mum didn't let me inside much. But there was one time I was at the dentist and it was playing on the roof of the dentist. And so that was the only movie I've ever watched. And it just really resonated with me. Just the way he just was orange, like it just attracted me. And I wish I had a lock, like some locks like that, some orange locks. But I decided to be as close as I can and, you know, appreciate my truculent trees for what others do not appreciate them. It also has a banger soundtrack, so. In Needville, it's a brand new dawn with brand new cars and much to sell ones. Will be that all that we need, Bill. In Needville, we manufacture our trees.
Anyway, we've got one last walk to check out on the mountain, so let's get cracking.
Hey. Mm-hmm. Welcome to our next walk of Kaputar Outback Guide. Today we are on Walk Governor. Hopefully we see some giant pink slugs. Fingers crossed. It's looking for an uphill, steep climb. Lots of cliff edges. Let's hope someone falls off.
People going up it.
That one there, that's what we're going to try and attempt
Nothing
today.
worse than like tabletop. Not even.
That's cool.
Pedestrians. First look out.
No, that's cheerful.
I think that creek they're going up in the middle there. That's
Yeah,
the one that
that
freezes.
was.
Yeah. Wow.
As the pedestrians were saying, this was probably one of the more difficult hikes we took on our trip, but it certainly was worth it. I felt like The Rock when he journeys to somewhere. I don't know. I've only seen the Lorax. Regardless, we were rewarded with a cool mountain breeze and 360 views of the entire range.
Here we are at the summit of Governors. Beautiful sights. No one fell off. Not like Patrick.
Still like nearly twice.
We've journeyed up, now we'll journey down.
Yeah, but my house is at 240.
It was nice up here, but we've got to go visit the highest point in the national park, the summit of Mount Kaputar, surrounded by the majestical fog and mist of a winter evening. Sunrise and sunset in one day. Mighty blessed. Doesn't get much better than this in Australia, folks. Literally got our head in the clouds.
Let's have a happy hour.
Now, the fog is lovely, but you can't exactly see the spectacular view, so...
This is what it's supposed to look like.
Bloody majestical, if I do say so myself. But even my crow friend agrees, it's time for tea. So let's head back down and get some grub going. Cooking with Robbie. It doesn't get much better when the grub's on the stove. Yeah. Robbie. Yeah. Cooking is one of the best activities you can do while camping. There's nothing more gratifying than making a home-cooked meal over a homemade fire for all your mates.
Ah, bugger this.
It really shows them that you care, and it is a great reward for making them hike around the mountain with you all day.
Yeah, she is.
And here's our result from our hard work earlier. As you could see in the clips, I put a lot of work into making this fire, just with these bare hands right here. No man-made equipment needed. Not at all. So let's get toasty.
Alrighty. So here, we just want to have our ingredients laid out. We're just going to separate these branches from the twigs. Ignore what I'm saying there because this is what you should actually be doing. You're going to grab these sticks here, the branches, and we're just going to fiddly twine them. Pull them apart, like a little pull apart bun, you know? Pull them apart, nice and fine. We want to then add the sticks in, give them a wrench, like a ring, and wring them out. Wring them out, getting all that essence. This is going to make quite the texture. And here we have our man-made wooden metal spoon. And here we go. We have our next little leaf. This leaf, you want it really fine and dice. Rip it, don't strip it. We want to just really make that nice and fine. It's going to add for a lovely little bit of flavour in that texture. Now that we've used our non-man-made spoon again, it's ready for the stove.
Oh, hot. Perfect. Bloody beautiful. Absolutely to die for. There you have it, folks. Highly recommend to try it at home. Feed it to your missus and your kids. They'll just love it. Let's go have a squiz.
To get yourself this recipe and many others, just go to outbackguides.com.au/recipes. Before we say goodbye to the mountain and the national park, we went to grab a squiz of one of its other majestical landmarks, Sawn Rocks. Just a scenic 90-kilometre drive from the campground, plus a lovely short walk, and we arrive at the Funky Rocks.
The reason why these rocks are so octagonal and tessellational is because of the volcanic activity that once existed when the giant sphere existed. As this catastrophic event occurred, the lava flowed down and interacted with the H2O particles in the atmosphere and formed these geometrical shapes, and tessellational shapes more importantly. What a sight to behold.
Fair income. Plus, the creek below is a tributary of Bilwa Creek. Stairs to your left lead down to the creek if you wish to explore further.
Well, it was a great adventure here at Kaputar. It's time to hit the road. See you next episode.
We certainly had a spectacular time here at Mount Kaputar, didn't we, Martha?
Indeed, what a remarkable place this is, that it has been a home to dinosaurs, giants, gnomes, unicorns, aliens, and even people. And there are surely many more mysteries for me to uncover in this country and beyond.
Well, we'll have to save that for another time. For now, let's just see where the road takes us.
Cooking with Robbie. It doesn't get much better when the grub's on the stove.
Yeah.
Cooking with Robbie. He fills you up with tucker from your head to your toes.
Yeah.
Robbie. Yeah. 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 Yeah.